Just so you know, the 501st, we are the bad guys. A lot of people think that when they see the 501st, they think that's all Star Wars characters. No, the 501st, we're the bad guys that are doing good, and that's kind of our motto: bad guys doing good, and that's what our hopes are when we're out and about trooping, to where we can hopefully show kids and people that we're not bad at heart, even though we look bad.
So trooping is we basically go as a group in the local organizations like the 501st, requested by local, whether it's agencies, companies, and more specifically doing charity work for many of the organizations, children's hospitals, hospice areas, anything that can brighten someone's day.
One of the coolest things I think about being a part of the 501st is a lot of people may think it's just a bunch of cosplay players that get together and do events, but it truly is a family. That's how I met one of my best friends, Rick, here. It's such a cool story. I think it was my second troop that I was at an event, and I knew Darth Vader was coming. He was going to show up a little bit later, and had been there about an hour, and he just showed up in costume, and we just kind of connected and just fed off of each other throughout that troop. And we didn't even get to see each other's faces until a few hours later, till we were in the dressing room getting undressed, and got to actually meet each other. And from that point on, it was like had been brothers all of our lives, and just the whole 501st family has been like that, and everybody helps each other out, and it's kind of like a reunion when you get together. It's more than just trooping. It's the fulfillment of myself, of seeing my family when we do a troop, and so it's been awesome.
Yeah, man. Yeah, when you again, and when you have these experiences together, it's literally charity work, and that's what it boils down to. And so imagine yourself being a kid at the same time and being able to do that charity work and see the faces of these young children. And then, like you said, we feed off each other, we improvise, and then the kids are blown away. They're blown away at it, and you're just like, man, wow, that really just happened. And then not to mention that, you become a family. You become you share these experiences with others. My wife, she's a handler, and what that means is she makes sure. We're looking movie quality. This is needs to be right in line before the actual shoot per se, if it was a movie, and she's right along there with us, and she feels the same essence and spirit, man. That's there. It's potent.
She protects kids from us tripping over them.
Yeah, that's true.
Or hitting them in the head with a blaster.
Yeah.
So she saved a lot of kids' lives.
Yeah, she did. So. The real heroes. Yeah. Real heroes.
Yeah, the 501st is awesome. Like you said, it's great charity work and being able to bring smiles to people's faces, but at the same time, you join a new family.
So, as always, all the troops are awesome and wonderful, but some really stick out to each and every individual. And so, for me, the one that sticks out is there's a couple actually. There was a little boy named Liam, and who had leukemia. For Make-A-Wish, and he just wanted to, see Darth Vader, and we had Kylo Ren there, and one of the Royal Guards, and we presented him with a Make-A-Wish that he was going to Disneyland, and so that was really, really good for me. And the other one is this guy named Steve. Steve he's not a child. He's in his late 40s, and he had terminal cancer. And we went up there and saw him during the Christmas holiday. They were afraid he wasn't going to make it to see the latest Star Wars movie, and so we came there and cheered him up.
Yeah, just like Rick says, every troop we get to do is awesome. Whether it's a birthday party for a single kid or in front of a stadium full of people. But there are definitely ones that stick out, and the one he just mentioned was also one of mine, because when I first joined the 501st, I had in mind that I was always going to be bringing joy to kids and going to children's hospitals and parties and things like that. But when we got the request to show up to hospice for a 45-year-old man that had terminal cancer and had a stroke, It never crossed my mind that I would be doing a troop for that, but it was one of the most memorable ones that I've ever done. But I think probably one of my favorite ones also was one that was kind of not really planned, but about 3 days before it happened, we got a call from one of our good friends, John McDermott, who's an amazing trooper in the Midsouth Garrison, and he knew of a local boy that worked in a grocery store near him that was a huge Star Wars fan and was autistic. And so his manager wanted us to surprise him one day while he was at work, and so I think there was like 5 troopers, Darth Vader, the Emperor, some Mandalorians, and we all showed up while he was on his lunch break, and then after he came back to work, the store manager played the Imperial March over the store speakers, and we came marching down the center aisles and surrounded him. So it was just an awesome thing to see his face, and then we ended up spending about an hour or so inside the grocery store just trying to make it around one time, and it was just so cool. It was something that was spur of the moment, just a few days notice, wasn't on the calendar, and ended up being a huge thing in the community to where it was even on the local radio station. They were talking about it, and it spread around cool. So yeah, there's awesome troops that stick out in our minds, and what makes it such a cool part of being part of the 501st.